Hey people, Ace is Armour here, and today I wanted to bring you a quick video about modding weapons and equipment in Outriders. So first of all, where do you do that, and how do you get that ability? So this is Zahidi, Dr. Zahidi, and he is the one that allows you to mod weapons and armor. And where do you get that? So if we speak to Jakob, and go to prepare the truck. So we start in Rift Town, and the very second area is called First City. So what you need to do is you need to travel to First City after completing Rift Town, clear everything out there until the point of you rescuing Zahidi. Once you've done that, you'll then be able to interact with him as he'll then pop up in every camp that you travel to, and he will allow you to mod your weapons and equipment. Now, what I would say is, as soon as you get to the first city, I would then stop selling your weapons and equipment, and I would actually start dismantling them. Because what dismantling will do, it will allow you to have the materials and the resources that you need in order to level your equipment up. So first of all is the leather, which you get by dismantling pieces of armor. Then iron, which you get from dismantling weapons. Um, Titanium, which is actually used for a few different things, which I'll show you now. And then shards, which is primarily used to upgrade the actual abilities on the weapon or the piece of equipment itself. So if I start with a piece of armor, so rarity. So first of all, if you have a piece of green equipment, or if it's just common, then basically you'll use iron to increase the rarity. So as soon as you go from green to blue, you'll then get a mod slot, and this can be a random one. So it may be worth just leveling a few things from green to blue just to unlock a few different mod slots. Um, then you'll need titanium to go from blue to purple. Next is the attributes which I mentioned. So this is what the shards are for. So there's no number by the shards as you see by the other ones, but that is because there's a whole list. So basically the more pieces of equipment that you break down, you'll get individual shards for each of those things. So you can see there's anomaly, bonus firepower, health, and so on and so forth. And basically the more pieces of equipment you break down, with those abilities, which is in the white section, you can see on the left hand side, the more of these shards you'll have towards it. So as you can see, this is already on level 2 for max health. So if I spent my max health shards, then it would take it to level 3, and you can see there I'm getting +2 more in my health bonus on this piece of equipment. So next is the mods, and this is also why you want to break down the equipment that you find. So as you can see, we've got all these different mods and abilities that we can equip to our weapon, and the way you get new mods is by actually dismantling pieces of equipment with these mods. So currently we have Bloody Crush, which does bleed damage to our gravity leap. But if I wanted instead to apply Blood Primer, I would just select this slot 1, and then you then go across to mod slot 1, and then you'll have to spend leather to change the mods. And obviously once you have 2 slots, you can change either mod slot. Then we have level up. This one here only applies to weapons as far as I'm aware at the moment. This is the variant, swap variant section. But yeah, there's no variants that I've found so far in armor. And then we have level up, and this is really useful. So basically, if you find a piece of equipment or a weapon that you really like the mods on there, and you're not finding something that actually is compatible with your build, you can just basically keep leveling up the piece of equipment as you go along, and this will just cost more leather or more iron. Or if it's a purple piece of equipment, then it'll cost more titanium to level that up. And it's pretty significant as well. So Let me just see. So most of this is level 17, and this is my max. So if I go on to these, it's not showing me because I haven't got the amount. But basically, it'll jump up, say, 40 plus normally, I would say, depending on what the equipment is. So that'll increase your armor. It'll also increase the two white slots, so they'll just come up with question marks, and you won't know. And also the mod at the bottom. So I did one earlier, and where it says, so this one is increases skills base damage to by 166. So I think I had one earlier where it was 147 and it went up to 166. So nearly 20 extra damage your ability is doing just by leveling it up once. Okay, so let's move on to the weapons. Again, I'll just show you these have different mods. So by breaking down different mods, different weapons, and you'll get different mods for your weapons that you can swap around. But then there's also something called variant swap, and this is pretty cool. So if you see, this is a double gun, but it's just a demolisher version. So this is giving us, I believe it's extra damage. No, it's getting lower damage but higher clip size, sorry, and higher RPM and critical. So I could switch this to the standard version, and that would have higher damage, but it reduces all the other stats. Or the burst fire version, and that would have higher damage, reload speed, and higher critical, but we would lose 28 out of our clip, and we'd also lose a significant amount from our RPM, and that's the same with the shotgun. So this is the slug version, but I could change that to the narrow version, so I lose half my clip size, half my RPM, but then I'm gaining quite a significant amount of damage and critical multiplier. And that's basically it. So, as I said, the main thing you want to be doing is as soon as you get to the first city, just start dismantling everything. And what you can do is you can basically see here on the left-hand side it says dismantle marked. So all you do is in this menu, you can actually select multiple items. So all you do is when you have a load of equipment in here, you press R3 on each one. They'll all stack up. You can do weapons the same time as well. So if you have weapons in here, you just R3 those. And then these boxes down here in the bottom, it'll show you the amount of items that you have selected. And then you just hold triangle and dismantle. So yeah, that'll wrap that up for now. But yeah, what I say is just get dismantling. The more different things that you dismantle, the more mods that will be available to swap and change, which is great, and the more material you'll have to level up your good pieces of equipment. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and I will catch you in the next one.